Welcome back, Ilus fans. Ilus stock. Have not talked about this one in over a month probably, but the stock might be bottoming me out here. Might be sitting quietly. No one wants it. The volume has absolutely died down. Is it over for this stock? I don't know just yet, but what we do know is they haven't communicated in a long time, and its subsidiaries, specifically. Let's look at the QIND. QIND has... That's dead in the water. Let's see what else is dead in the water. What's the other one? I already forgot the other one. I hate when I forget the name of the other one. Someone remind me, what's the other one? I hate... You ever have something in mind and you just forget it? It's not H2OO. There was another one besides H2OO. But H2OO here, and I remember saying this, what did I tell you guys? It doesn't matter if a stock uplist, whether it's a subsidiary of Ilus or Ilus itself, at the end of the day, if no one cares about the stock, it's just going to go nowhere. Number two, if it behaves like a pumpy, dumpy stock, as I like to call it, if it's just going to pump and dump like it does in the OTC, then what's the point of uplisting? You're still going to pump and dump, right? So ultimately, what's the point? Where's the money going to be made? It's going to be made by the swing traders. But it's certainly not going to be made by the ones looking to hold it long term. So, with that out of the way, I ask you, how long are you going to hold? Because it's been years and Ilus has underperformed after hitting that high of 50 cents. And remember, I started this channel on 3 stocks: Aitx, Ilus, and Cybl. Cybl just came back from the dead and is, I think that's primed to get a huge run. It's the opposite of Ilus. It's actually above its 200 weighted moving average. Anytime it comes down to it, it's a buy. I'm expecting it to come down to it so we can load up again. It's actually trending to the upside here, creating higher highs and higher lows. It's almost like we're forming an ascending triangle here, slowly but surely climbing higher and higher until we finally break out above 1-2, which has been as you can see by those white arrows, it's been a big level. If we can break above that as we trend into that resistance, we're gonna break out eventually and go back to 2 cents. And that's why I love Cybl. Ilus, on the other hand, and I don't think I need to say more about Ilus or Cybl in terms of comparisons. Cybl is just on a whole nother level. When they communicate, this thing's going to blow its top off, and it's going to go to 2 cents plus. It's going to happen, and it's going to take time. This is a much, much better penny stock compared to Ilus and Aitx. So Ilus, back to Ilus, I don't know what to tell you. I think... And I mentioned this before, I think it's dead in the water. I told you I wouldn't make videos anymore on Ilus, but I figured, you know what, let's just reminisce, right? I started this channel on what? Ilus, Aitx, and Cybl. And we're going on to 4 years now since I started this channel. My channel recently exploded, which is why I've been talking about the quantum computing stocks. And people are discovering what I bring to the table. But I haven't forgotten where I started. Out of those 3 penny stocks that I started this channel with, Ilus has been the worst performing. One of the worst. It can't even hold 2.6. It can't even hold 2 cents. Not 2 cents. 0.002. Can't even hold 0.002. Aitx has successfully held 0.002 and is holding the line in the sand. And I mentioned this in one of my videos. Anyone who tells you that you can't time the bottom on a stock is lying to you. They're full of it. Because last year, I had a 100% win rate on Aitx. And this year, we're starting off great with this huge pump here. It's actually kind of sad that Ilus is worse than Aitx, despite Aitx having to constantly dilute just to stay afloat. And so you look here and you see the bottom is very clear here at 0.02s. Anytime it comes down to 0.02s, scoop some shares, it pops, take your 20, 30, 50, 80%, 100%, whatever the case may be, and rinse and repeat over and over again. This is a beautiful stock because of that bottom. If it was like Ilus and it couldn't hold a bottom and it just kept going lower and lower, then this would be, it would just be gone from my watch list. Like, Ilus is gone from my watch list. There's nothing to talk about. It's over. It's dead. As far as I'm concerned, it's dead. It's dead. What? One of its subsidiaries uplisted and it's behaving like a pumpy dumpy stock. What does that tell? What does that foretell for the future of Ilus? What, it's going to uplist and also behave pumpy dumpy? It's just going to keep doing what it's done since it was down here in the OTC. I don't think the future is very bright for Ilus, and that's why I haven't made videos on it. And this video, the only reason I'm talking about it is because we're reminiscing about, how I started this channel and where I am today. But Ilus, in my opinion, dead in the water. I wish I could say otherwise. It's been 4 years. It's going to go 10 years, and people are still going to be holding that bag, hoping that one day the ones who made money were the swing traders. And that's it. And let's be real, Moon Market pumped it. It was a pump and dump orchestrated by Moon Market and a bunch of other people. OTC bull run. You remember that? He was talking about the OTC bull run. He got a lot of people bagged, and a lot of people lost money. A lot of people haven't lost money because they haven't sold, right? But, I'm going to add more down here. Woo! But Moon Market never believed in it long term. And I think he's a scumbag, personally. It seems like he can't make his money without using his big channel to pump it and dump. That's literally what he does. He'll pump it to his Discord and then he'll put it on YouTube and be like, hey guys, this one can move. I don't do that. I don't even have the power to do that because I'm so small. And that's a good thing because it made me a different trader. It made me a trader that's more patient and disciplined because I can't do that pump and dump scam stuff. It made me who I am today because I come from the Moon Market Discord. Although I didn't leave amicably, I left because I was like, this guy's a scam. I'm going to go do my own thing and be transparent. And I'm going to put in the work to actually be good at this. And I lost money on Cybl stock because I bought it at 6.5 cents thinking it was going to go to the moon, 10 cents, 25 cents. Oh my God. CEO incentives at 25 cents. Woo, we're going to make so much money. And I was just so dumb back then. And I believed it. And I bought the top and sold it at 3 cents, around 3 cents for 50% loss almost. About pretty much if we round up or down. But anyways, I learned from that and I developed my own strategy, buying at the bottom. And anytime it comes down to the bottom, we buy, rinse and repeat. Ilus, in my opinion, one of the worst penny stocks out of all of them. Out of all the stocks that Moon Market pumped back then, all those penny stocks that he pumped, the only one that I would say is like number one that could one day be the next Palantir is Cybl. Aitx is an AI stock in the security sector and has a lot of potential, absolutely, but it also has a lot of issues, has to constantly dilute to stay afloat. People are always asking, are you going to do share buybacks? Aitx hasn't done share buybacks in the past 4 years. They can't afford it because they have so much money that they have to raise constantly to stay afloat. They will never do share buybacks until they're able to even afford to run the company without having to dilute. Until the dilution machine stops, this is just going to keep doing what it's been doing, which it behaves like a what? Like a pump and dump. It pumps and dumps, pumps and dumps. It's not even trending to the upside. It's just going sideways for almost 2 years, right? Since 2023, bottomed here, November 28, 2023. So we're going on to 2 years of this thing just, we can abuse the bottom. Woohoo! At least we can make some easy money, right? Abusing that bottom. Cybl, on the other hand, you see that right away, it's the only one above the weighted moving average. It's the only one that's in a trend channel. It's the only one that has 7 contracts, significant contracts under negotiation. They talk about the subsidiaries and what's happening with each one of them. They're transparent. They communicate often enough, unlike Ilus, but not as often as Aitx. Aitx communicates all the time, which is cool. I appreciate that. I love Aitx, don't get me wrong, just as much as I love Cybl. But I think the long-term winner, Cybl. I'm calling it right now. Don't be surprised if this one uplists and moves like Palantir. It is absolutely capable of doing that because of the team that they have behind. that stock. Unlike Ilus, the team they have behind Ilus is just, I don't know. I wouldn't trust them. I wouldn't trust them. I just wouldn't. They can keep quiet. They make the excuse of, oh, we don't want to talk because we don't want to please the longs. Not the longs, the swing traders, the day traders. But ultimately, they destroy the share price by not talking. Because no one knows what's going on. No one knows what's happening. And you get this kind of price action. At least Aitx, the CEO, talks and is transparent. It's almost like these people don't want to be transparent, right? Let's be real. At least they want to behave like they're transparent, but they're not. They have all these subsidiaries that don't tell us anything about it. No proof of anything. In fact, sometimes I'm tempted to call each of their subsidiaries and see who answers the phone and ask a bunch of questions. And the funny thing is, Aitx Steve Reinhardt is willing to do an interview with me if I present to him a script, obviously, and I'm willing to do that, sure. I'm sure the Cybl CEO wouldn't mind doing an interview since I've never bashed him. I've only ever sung his praises. Because that CEO and that company, Cybl, is on a whole nother level. But Ilus is the only one out of these three that would never do an interview. Because I wouldn't just S their D like a certain BFC. I did not mean to rhyme there, but it is what it is. Like, I'm not going to go, mwah, 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 yes, you're so great. Hell no. Making money in the stock market is about getting down to the nitty gritty. Asking the hard questions. And if they're not going to answer, if they're not going to be transparent, like Steve Reinhardt, like the CEO Mark Schmidt of Cybl, then what the hell why even bother? Why would you even trust these people? Ilus is the only one that I would say has completely destroyed its shareholders. And I think it's over. And I said that before, and 10 years are going to go by, and people are still going to be like, don't you worry, one of these days I'll be right? Even if I die with the shares, I'll go to heaven with a big bag. With a big bag. God's just going to laugh at you and be like, get him out of here. You know, you're going to hold such a big bag as you rise up into the heavens that you're just going to fall right straight to hell. Okay, that's a little mean, but come on. At least take the money out and rotate it into Cybl. Do yourself a favor, at least. Like Cybl, this is the long-term winner right here. Aitx could have been a long-term winner if it didn't have that dilution problem. Like, once this one gets going in terms of its revenues and being able to keep itself afloat without having to dilute, then we'll start seeing it trending to the upside. But for the time being, because they constantly hit the dilution button, because they have like very high S&G or G&As, general and administrative, I would continue to expect this kind of price action where we just come down to 002s, low 002s, high 002s. You load up and you pump it, and it pumps and it dumps. And some people got excited recently because they're like, oh my God, look, it's holding a green candle. Woo! Yeah, it got pushed down right at the EMA. Not the EMA, the weighted moving average. And that's acted as resistance every single time. Ooh, oh my God, it's almost like it's a pattern. And I don't know, someone told me, it closed on a green candle. Oh, this is a change in the pattern. Yeah, right. Has the company's pattern changed? Let me ask you that. Have they stopped diluting? Will they stop diluting like $500 million every month? Once that stops, then we can say, hey, we might see a change in the pattern. This is not a change in the pattern. This is nothing. We get green candles on the way down, and people get excited for nothing. For nothing. For absolutely nothing. The only ones that are going to benefit from buying Aitx are the ones that bought it down here nice and cheap. The ones holding the bag from 25 cents, they're just going to keep getting destroyed until they realize, like, maybe I should smarten up and wait till after the uplist to really put in my big capital. Because probably when they uplist, they'll have they want to uplist with strength. Cybl already has that strength. I don't know what they're planning. I'm sure they're planning something big because they already have the strength. Aitx doesn't. But when they do have it, then we'll see a change in the pattern. The pattern has to change within the company before we can see that reflected on the price chart. Too many people say, the stock is in the company isn't the stock. But when you got a CEO that's diluting and that affects the share price, you got to pay attention. Here's a downtrend. Big green candle. Oh my God, see, it's changing the pattern. It's not going to come down to 002s. Oh, look, another green candle. It's not going to come down to 002s. Oh my God, look, 3 green candles. Ooh, no 002s for shades. and then it ends up there anyways. I can be patient. I can wait. I think AITX probably has one of the stupidest groups of investors, honestly. I've been around for 3+ years. They seem to be like not the brightest compared to Cybl. Cybl shareholders, they seem to be like the more intelligent investors, if I'm being honest. Like I've seen the research that those people do on Twitter. Will OS and Mr. Beast activated? Or something like that. I think I may be confusing that guy with Mr. Beast. Beast activated or Beast mode activated. Something like that. Like, I've seen the research that Cybl fans do. And I've seen AITX Discord and how they behave. It just seems like the Cybl Discord is... I haven't been to the Cybl Discord. I wish I knew how to get in secretly without revealing that I'm there. But just to spy on them. Just to spy on them. But Cybl... The fans of Cybl, they just seem like they're brighter, just smarter. Like they make better investment decisions. They make better buy decisions. They don't seem to their research is impeccable. I don't think I've ever seen someone from AITX do that kind of research like they do with Cybl. Then again, AITX has its issues, so maybe they can't do that kind of research. Either way, when you go to it's important to look at the different people that are in these stocks, because the people that are in these stocks, they're a reflection of. I don't want to say this. I shouldn't say that. Should I say it? I think I just insulted all of AITX shareholders. Not all of them, but the ones that are like overly bullish. And you can see here, you can just go to their Discord. It's there to watch. Let's see. I can respect the transparency, but not the projection. We all know what happened to the projections last year. Let them deliver on the projections, at least a Q or two first. I think someone got banned from their Discord recently. Cause if you're not, then you're not on the team, right? Which is weird, right? You got to get on your knees, or you're not an AITX fan. They get really weird like that. Markets are closed tomorrow. Looking forward to Tuesday. I expect this to remain green tomorrow. That's a good joke right there. Let's stick to reality, guys. Let's see a penny. It's been a long time since that happened. The revenue keeps improving, and it's at a much better spot than it was at in my opinion, between 2021 and 2023. This is stupid. See, this is what I mean. Like, these guys are just dumb. Like, they don't think outside the box. They're still stuck in, the company's better right now compared to 2021 to 2023. Absolutely, I agree with you. I can't deny that. I agree. But you know what? You know what hasn't changed? It still dilutes, and it dilutes more than before. So, but this guy would rather not look at that. He'd rather be like, hey, the company's getting better. Let's just ignore the massive dilution increase year over year, because that's just going to keep that price suppressed. Whether he likes it, whether the Black Peril 6635 likes it or not. It'll get another nice price action this year. Yeah, it'll get a nice pump and dump so I can dump it on their heads. That's about it. So yeah, I don't know what the Cybl Discord is, but if you're in the Cybl Discord watching this and you want to sneak me a link, an invite, sneak me in there, feel free to do so. I would be more than happy to secretly join under another account, and we can go from. I can spy on you guys, because I would imagine the Cybl Discord has just more. I just assume they're more intelligent. The research that these people do is insane. Although there's a bit of a crossover between the Ilus, Cybl, and AITX shareholders. So I guess not all of them are dumb. Some of them are dumb. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I'm just in the mood to insult Ilus and AITX shareholders. Like, seriously. Sometimes all you need is one. Why do you pick the worst one? That is my question. Like, at least if you're going to pick one, I mean, Cybl is the way to go. Right now, I have everyone in my Discord, which has exploded. I've told everyone, load up on Cybl. Like, this is going to go. And when it does, we're all going to be laughing and smiling. Because it's going to be the easiest money ever with 7 significant contracts under negotiation. That's 7. We got, 11 months? That if they drop one every month and a half, that's a potential catalyst to send it. That's about 7 pump and dumps, assuming it doesn't start trending to the upside. So Cybl overall, in the past 3 years, Cybl has been, despite the CE, which is very sad, despite the CE designation, it's still king, and I think it will always be king among the 3 penny stocks that I started covering when I first started this channel. And we've come a long way. We've all learned from our mistakes, I hope. Some people haven't, unfortunately. We know how to play the game now, and I'm telling you right now, if you had to pick between Aitx, Cybl, and Ilus, go with Cybl. Thank me later. I know maybe I'm being cocky, but right now I would say I'm entering my prime as a trader. Like, I'm entering my prime, and it's just, I don't know, man. The way I see things now compared to back then, it's like, whoa. I wish I knew what I knew now back when 2021, because I would not have chased Cybl at 6.5 cents, maybe shorted it. I wish I knew what I knew now back then, because I would be rich at that point. Instead of rich right now, I'd be rich then. But you know, you live and you learn and you make your money over the course of many years. Too many people, they try to get rich quick instead of taking the time to get rich slow. And I know you can get rich slow because I've been there. My favorite stock, if I had to choose a portfolio for you, I would just tell you Cybl, your risky penny stock, Stag, collect your dividends, my friend, collect that monthly dividend check and smile, and Nvidia stock. Anytime this goes into a bear market, let me pull the weekly. That's it. Your 3 stock portfolio: Nvidia, Cybl, and collect some dividends from Stag, and use the dividends from Stag, your like $300 check, to invest in Cybl. Because if this goes, you're just gonna make hand over fist money. So you're getting paid by the market your dividend, and you use that to put it into Cybl. Think about that for a second. So Nvidia would be the 3rd stock in your portfolio, and here's why. So here's a bear market, right? 34 drops to 11, runs to 153 for a nice almost 15x. Let's look at the previous bear market right here. Dropped from 722 to 312, and then it ran from 312 to a high of 34. Oh my God, is this a pattern? It's almost like every bear market is nothing more than an opportunity to 10x your money. And then as we go back, we'll find another, there we go, from 60 cents to a low of 27 cents. Then it ran to $7. Huh. Oh my God, that's actually more than a 10x, but still. Is it just me, or does this thing keep going up higher and higher over the long term? Not only that, but is it just me, or does this thing, every time it goes into a bear market, it's nothing more than an opportunity to make 10x in the bull run? I just showed you the pattern. Whether you want to acknowledge it or not, that's on you. But this is how I made a lot of money in the markets. It's Nvidia. And you better believe that the next bear market that comes, it's going to be the easiest money I've ever made. That would be like the 3 stock portfolio I would recommend. Nvidia, number 1 for sure. Stag, collect your dividend monthly check, and put that monthly check from the dividends into Cybl and accumulate it over the long term. And if this thing does go to the moon, well, either way, right, it's the dividends that we're paying you to put it into Cybl. Think of it that way. Like, you're playing for free in a way, because you're parking your money in Stag. And right now Stag would be a buy because it's underneath this weighted moving average. It's undervalued technically. So when it comes back up above it, it's going to run to 40, 50, whatever, and easiest money you'll ever make while collecting a check. Think of it this way. You're being paid a check every month to hold it all the way down, then all the way up. You sell, take profit, rinse and repeat the cycles. Because this is what the market is. It's just a bunch of cycles. And once you know that, you just take it, you just abuse it. I have not lost since November. The last loss I took, I think, was Ilus. That's why it's not on my watch list anymore. It's gone. And I think I said that because I'm very transparent. Like, I lost most of my money was QIND and Ilus. It's mostly penny stocks. And that's why I said I'm done with them. But Cybl came back from the dead. And obviously I'm like, wait a minute. No, I'm not going to walk away from Cybl. That would be silly. Especially after everything we know from that Q&A. It would be silly for me to walk away from something with so much potential, right? That would just be stupid. Anyways, I'm just rambling, just giving my thoughts before Trump takes office, and we'll see how the market moves, how it reacts. Are we going to go on a huge bull run, or are we going to have a bear market? The last time Trump was president, we actually had a bull run and a bear market. When was it? 2017, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't it 2017? Let's go back to the weekly here. Where's 2017? Right here. So huge bull run, bear market, and then the bull run continued into 2021, where we finally had the COVID bear market, you can call it that, and then another bull run. And now question mark: is Trump gonna send it, or are we gonna go down? But when Trump was president, we did have both a bull run and a bear market during his presidency. So anyone telling you that Trump equals bull run, be very careful. I just showed you when he was president back then, we went into a bull run followed by a bear market, short-lived bear market, but a bear market nonetheless. And then we continued the bull run into 2021. Then we got another bear market, rinse and repeat. The stock market goes in cycles. Once you know that and you're patient and disciplined, you will make hand over fist money, whether it's Nvidia, Stag, Cybl. If we went back in time and analyzed my old videos, we would be laughing at how stupid I was. I was an idiot back then. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to do technical analysis. I was buying tops instead of bottoms. I was just a complete idiot. Yeah, I really was. Like, I had no patience, no discipline. I had nothing. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just a dumbass, really. Anyways, I'm done. I just wanted to get this all out there, because my channel recently exploded, and I'm just like thinking like, man, I never thought I'd be here with all this money and a channel it's growing faster now, because people are discovering like, oh, this guy's transparent. This guy's not like all those other scammers. All the other scammers. I'm implying that I'm a scammer, I guess, but I mean, here we are at 5K subs. Let's get to 10K subs. 50% of you aren't subscribed, so if you watch this till the end, come on, hit me with a subscribe. Let's get to 10K. It's insane, because I came from Moon Market's Discord, and I started this channel built on transparency and not pumping and dumping. And I guess people love this, and they love the stock market show, and I guess my transparency and my strategies, people love it. People love the patience and discipline, slapping big bottoms. And let's see. I'm excited for the future. I think 2025 is going to be a big year, as long as we don't go into a bear market. But even if we do, right, buy Nvidia, because it's just going to be a 10x pump in the bull run. So hopefully you learned a lot from this and my perception and view of the markets. My top 3 plays in Nvidia, Stag to collect dividends, and Cybl for long term. I wouldn't make it like all of your portfolio, but 10% of your portfolio. Because if Cybl does go, that one can go dollars. Like, that's the only one of all the penny stocks that I've ever talked about that I believe in long term.